Here's Sarah Bly. I'm not allowed to comment. She is truly a white colonialist racist, what she done to a native neighborhood in Vancouver. Poverty Pimp has blocked you. Of course she has. But the video that we made the other day at Crab Park, right now a woman is screaming at Park, okay, launched a movement to open the shipping containers, what has gone viral around the world. And I got to tell you that I counseled Sarah Bly, two of your victims that you told young women in their early 20s that were staying at Open Rapeheimer Park, they weren't allowed to whine about such issues. It comes with living in a tent city. You told that to two crying women. Shame on you. Okay, so she laughs at it. She is such a disgusting, vile person. This person was in charge of a pandemic, a medical pandemic of hard drugs, grade 10 education, mental illness, comes right out of her mouth. She has mental illness, grade 10. She is not a medical person. And what she's done is she's gotten BC's death up to making it go mainstream, up to number one reason why people in BC are dying from age 10. And you cannot overdose to death, Sarah Bly, when you're 10 years old. What you are is you've been murdered. You've been murdered. You're not old enough, and you have a kid, and you know that. So from 10 to 59, 3 generations, these people are wiping out poverty pimps. So that's why I've gone to war with them. And plus, you know, as a victim of, you know what, I just mentioned, and Sarah Bly says, oh, you can't complain about it living in a tent city? At Oppenheimer, well, it used to be called Oppenheimer Park, but now it's Open Rapeheimer Park. I'll never forget. 2019. And the first time I meet her, what she does is jump out on me. She thought she was going to intimidate me. And there were people in her building crying. This is her psychopathy. And she thought she would scare me. She couldn't even babble any intelligent words whatsoever. Then she sent her staff, and they told me that she has meetings about me. She had her staff steal my GoPro, which is on my video. One of my videos, good luck at finding it. Yeah, he's not around. I haven't seen him for a long time. And yeah, get her manager to harass me. She thinks she's the only one that can record downtown East Side because she's a white colonialist, racist, systemic racist. She'd never be able to do this to anyone else's neighborhood. Shame on you and shame on Canada. But she thinks that's funny. She thinks that's funny.
Pork! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in those fucking bins! Fuck that pork! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself! Every night! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in those fucking bins! Fuck that pork! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in those fucking bins! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in those fucking bins! Fuck that pork! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in those fucking bins! Fuck that pork! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself! The city's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out of here because they know there's people in those fucking bins! Fuck that pork! Pork! There's people screaming there every night! I've heard it for myself!
There's a
Fuck that pork! There's people screaming there every night!
listen, I can't be the only person that is Listen, I can't be the only person that is seeing all these shipping container videos. And the first one I saw, I was like, this girl's freaking out that she's hearing screaming. Maybe she's hearing things. No, she is not. If you go look at the comments under that post, people are hearing it, and it's like a lot of people. Nobody's doing anything. How is nobody doing anything? So it makes me think, does anybody have thermal cameras? Like, if they're not going to go check, can we go check? Somebody, please? Listen, I can't be the only person that is seeing all these shipping.
It all started from a video of a woman in Vancouver walking in a trail while other people are recording, screaming, "The containers have people in them. I hear them screaming at night." That video went viral, and this new movement has started. Container ports and shipping companies are being bombarded with emails and phone calls from local residents.
City's trying to cover it up, trying to get everybody out. I've heard it from my... Fuck!
I found the video, and this is the video, fucking mental. And we were there, of course. But the comments, that was what was upsetting and upset a lot of people. But there were a lot of people saying that they do hear screams at night. And then one person said that they called the VPD and they said he was mentally ill and they put him in the mental hospital. I've read these comments before. The pain in her voice, I know. And the pain, that video, that's what Sarah Bly laughed at from the OPS. Should be called OGS, Overdose Genocide Society. So this was pretty gross. One person had an idea of getting a heat signature camera to look through. So we don't know, but that going to Crab Park last week, well, that's what's come out of it. So as you can see, this video isn't the one I made because you can hear me talking in my video where she is. A lot of people loved her. There's a lot of comments to go through. It was going through the comment section that scared me. There's been more comments added too, but yeah. So there were people saying, yeah, we hear it at night. You know, they didn't even say a damn thing. The news was there. But the news chose to get me yelling poverty pimps to, they had 4 lunatics for each of the 7 homeless people. Those 4 lunatics, probably paid by the government to protest them leaving, was very, very weird. Holding our neighborhood hostage from fresh air. A fresh air park by the ocean. Shame on them. Shame on those poverty pimp hoes. So yeah, 4 of them to each man. Talk about women deballing men. Hey man, you don't even have a balls left. You know? 4 women. Coming from a different neighborhood. So anyway, look at what has happened. There was 2 videos, my video similar to that video, but yeah, we recorded there. I'm still in shock, you know. And where I got the shock from was reading the comment sections. So, would I trust that that's not happening? Absolutely not. This has been coming up evergreen. But don't know.
Shipping containers. Some of the port workers who are striking have stated that they're not only striking because they want an increase, they're also striking because they're tired of hearing children and adults screaming inside of these containers. And I know we have a human trafficking problem in this country and worldwide, honestly, but I didn't know it was this bad. Like, do you know how long it takes to get a shipping container to get here from another country? And throughout all that time, they have people inside of these containers sitting in their own piece. A few of the workers who are on strike have been talking about this. And then I saw another creator who is the wife of a port worker, and she stated that her husband confirmed that he in fact has seen people come out of these containers of all ages, children, adults, teenagers. So I started doing more research on this, and I saw this documentary on YouTube. In 1982, they found 17,000 babies inside of a shipping container in Los Angeles. The babies were stored by a medical lab who stored aborted babies. My question is, where were they trying to send these babies? And for what purpose? That specific case is from 1982. I'm sure there's a lot more cases now, and we just don't hear about it. They're saying they heard children screaming inside of shipping containers. Some of the port workers who are striking have stated,
I've heard it for myself.
Those are poverty pimps. How dare they take our fresh air from us? The only part that we could at least get some relief from the urine fumes, the fentanyl fumes, and the poop fumes, and the filth fumes. And have some fresh air. Oh, and the fire fumes. We recorded something down there that CBC is not showing, and it's gone viral with a woman screaming passionately about it being a human trafficking in the port. It's gone viral.